Cush's sons were they, brothers of the great Axumawe. High-pitched blend was the first on earth, and to why all mankind owe their birth. I sent civilization down the Nile when Europe was but yet a child. Across the past, it caused division of race and class. Some among themselves set up barriers of caste, which in time will dissolve. It cannot last. All mankind came from pigment black, yet today I am made a mock. From everyone I am under attack. I will triumph, the clock cannot turn back. That means an office build pyramids to withstand the test of time.
Come again.
Asimandises and Nimrod, Cush's sons were they, brothers of the great Axumawe. High-pitched blend was the first on earth, and to why all mankind owe their birth. I sent civilization down the Nile when Europe was but yet a child. Across the Himalayas and Alps, my melanin lost. It caused division of race and class. Some among themselves set up barriers of caste, which in time will dissolve. It cannot last. All mankind came from pigment black, yet today I am made a mock. From everyone I am under attack. I will triumph, the clock cannot turn back. That means an office build pyramids to withstand the test of time. All other wonders of ancient times have fallen to decline. Genghis Khan, Mangu Khan, Kublai Khan, they burst out of the east. They overran Europe and devastated the beast. Terrible horsemen obeyed the bee. Confronted by in the Arabian desert, they were compelled to flee. Hannibal, Jubal and Mago, those mighty men of war, they defeated mighty Rome, those sons of Hamilcar. With elephants of war, they scaled the Alps in winter frigid fever. They humbled Rome and defeated the armies of Scipio and Claudius Nero. For 15 years they were at home in Rome. The African held the sway. No Roman could withstand Hannibal, for he proved himself the master. When Roman generals confronted him, their armies faced disaster. He eventually fell by treachery at the very walls of Zama. Black Messamina, his cousin, he was the informer. Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece and Rome, four beasts of ancient times. Nebuchadnezzar reached his height and fell. Babylon went into decline. Darius of Medo-Persia, he conquered all, yet he fell like a waterfall. Then came Greece, the spotted beast. Before Alexander all gave way. He was a pervert. His time was short. He did not come to stay. He burnt Egypt's library of 70,000 books. History records, we cannot let him off the hooks. Then came the seven-headed ten-horned beast, the most merciless mankind ever saw. He was the crucifier, the people stood in awe. Upon the world he stamped at Julius Caesar's law. In 70 BC, Jerusalem he sacked, repeating in 265 AD. The people before Roman arms to the mountains had to flee. Adrian built his wall in the Isle of Albion. The Angles bowed down at his feet and grovelled in the sand. They were also Europeans, but not of the Roman clan. Then lo and behold, in AD times, Jesus the Christ, he came. Herod tried to destroy him, but he came in his Father's name. But three wise men, they saw the star that signaled the man of fame. He mystified the world, the wise, in him they found no blame. He cured the sick, he healed the blind, even those of a torpid mind. And of him it is said, he raised the dead, the hungry and the needy fed. He taught men to be good and kind, and to be of a godly mind. He trod the land without pretensions, for in his father's house there be many mansions. Many miracles he show mankind, he turneth the water into wine. Many saw and worshipped, but others they were blind. Of all the great things he had done, from sin mankind is not yet won. He was betrayed by Judas' kiss, and balanced man was made amiss. He was crucified on a Roman cross, for that mankind has suffered loss. In 3 days he conquered death and hell. Many saw him in flesh, and they did tell. He promised the faithful he would return. To the King of Kings the faithful learn.
All right, family, greetings. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV. Every time fire. I guess everything is okay. All right. That was our elder Ross Sam Brown. If you want to pick that up, they got that. That is on it's on a couple different sites, but Amazon is one of them, or iTunes. It's called History Past and Present, A Journey with Teacher Ross Sam Brown. And then the other one, the really good one too, is the one called Teacher Ross Sam Brown, and both of them are available on Amazon, or I think, Amazon, definitely Amazon. You can go on there, and Spotify as well, and you can pick that up. I remember I bought them directly from the elder back when cassettes were out. It wasn't no CDs or stuff back then, and he used to have the CD, the cassette tapes and stuff out there. But yeah, pick that up, pick the words, and get some of this wisdom from the master dub poet, Ross Sam Brown. Well, family, I enjoy Priest Ilika so much. I think the family on Baba TV, we had such a good time last week, and the priest did too, that he was willing to come back and give us some more of his time. We give thanks for that. There's a lot going on in the world, and we deal with vibes, so I'll let the priest start it out. Well, I don't let him do anything, but I have to be careful with my words. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let him come with him vibes and get the duppy out of the way, man. We have to get the duppy out of here first.
Yeah, the duppy had moved already, because I'm just saying, that's the name of the show. I'm just saying, because there's a lot of things going on, and some of us was never given a platform to speak to the people. For instance, Ross Sam Brown, the way that the man talked, couldn't get an audience, because the powers that be don't want the people, not our people, the people, to hear that type of word sound. Because with these people, your color was not an issue to us, because we understood that you were born that color. So we wouldn't want to cause any more problems to you, because you were white. Hey, if you white, that's on you. No one can help you with that. So you just had to grow into your consciousness and become the best white person you can be, however strange that sounds. Okay? So now, I'm just saying that the way that we were taught, we let people be who they are in their fullness. Be who you are in your fullness. As long as you don't come over here troubling I and the I and the I. As long as you didn't trouble us, you were safe. So now, here it is, some 26, 27, 20, 29 years later, people are starting to listen to the music of word sound of Ross Sam Brown, people like Ross Pedo. They were not, I'm just saying, they were not reggae artists. They were not. But because of their word sound, they were so powerful when they spoke to humans that Allah and I decided that we're going to put the music to the words. Okay, we're going to make the words and the music match, and we're going to do something so that more people could get it. But when the albums came out, people were angry. They were like, how you let those people speak? We don't want them to speak. Because they're going to tell the people the historical truth, make you understand why you're in the predicament you're in now. Okay? I'm just saying. So now, in 2024, the things that the elders said and reiterated the Bible and other sources, we have it full blown right now. We got it full blown. So now, here we are. We lost people. We lost. We got money. We got cars. We got girls. We got all these names they call people. And I just said, I was thinking, so how did we come so far in the wrong direction? That's what I had to say, Bob. We in the wrong direction, bro. You with me? And I hope somebody there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I like talking to people. I don't like talking at them. Okay? Because in my little 35, 36, 37, almost 40 years in the faith of Rastafari, I didn't follow anybody personally. I didn't follow anybody. I studied to show myself approved to the Almighty, and thus He gave me my piece of real estate, my piece of life, where I can enjoy myself. Now, from I became the priest, I was under constant attack from people who looked just like me. And I was like, something can't be right with this. Because, like always, I got along with everybody, white people, Spanish people, green people. I get along with everybody because I don't want anything from you in particular, unless we working together and you know how to use a wrench better than me and we can do some work. So I was never into the racism or none of that because I was never denied anything called Earth. I was never denied because white people knew when they saw me, for some reason, they saw God or they saw somebody bigger than them, and they would let me be that one black guy that goes through, which I always tell people when I was younger, I'm just a regular white boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I did things that white people did. By doing that way of life for myself here in America, I found out that I had access to more stuff than you can imagine being American. Once you're an American, man, you could go out of the country and stay for 6-7 years. You come back or go to the embassy and renew your passport and your, not your passport, but your visa, you can stay out there. So as I kept studying it, people that came from islands and certain places, they could stay out of their native land, wherever they come from, island, whatever. They could only stay out 2 or 3 years. Then they had to go back to wherever they come from. Because no one on the earth wanted those people to take set in their country. Go search it. Okay? That's why everybody started coming to America and getting your American passport so you can now become an American citizen and enjoy the rights of American people worldwide. Not from where you originally came from, your island or whatever. You couldn't go and stay nowhere. You had to come to America, get your citizenship, then go back. Okay? Because in reality, we were all captured by the same people. Different fragments of the same people. And they knew they wasn't going to let us stay outside of where we grew up at because, for a fact, if you wasn't a light-skinned person, you wasn't going to enjoy yourself when you left the country. You wasn't. Okay? You had to go where they say the Negroes, where the Negroes go. They wasn't letting you stay in the nice, fine hotel and all this stuff. They didn't do that. You had to go where your people. They made you feel uncomfortable when you went to the Marriott in Guatemala or some other place. You wasn't getting the first class treatment. Okay? You couldn't even go to the Bahamas with locks in your head. And it's less than 20 years ago. You couldn't go nowhere and represent, as they say. So we had a bunch of turmoil going on here in America amongst Rastafari people. Everybody's saying they're from this nationality to separate from being American, but you got the American paperwork. I didn't really get it until I kept studying it, because people knew that wherever they come from, they could not stay in Ethiopia with that passport. Okay, you could not become a citizen with that passport. You had to come get American citizenship to get that visa to stay in people's country. Am I lying or am I just saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm just asking myself a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because now I see everybody going to Ghana, getting their dual citizenship. Do they know that Rastafari people set that up? From America? Rastafari people from America made it so that you can go to Ghana and stay right now today. You can get dual citizenship as an American going to Ghana. So you got all these famous people going to Ghana, taking their money 2-1, 3-1, 5-1, and they setting up in Ghana so that the Ghanaian government could get a rebuild. They needed infrastructure. They needed people who worked for the government here in America, who did certain works here in America. And they basically made their infrastructure after America. Am I lying or am I just saying? Okay. So now I wanted to get my little piece out because I wasn't allowed to leave the country until, get ready now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. 5 years ago was what, 2019? Right? That's 2019, 5 years ago, right? I couldn't leave America because they had me on a list, no fly, no go, no stay. They made it so rough for me in America that I was around everybody, third world countries only. That's who I was around. I'm born in America, by the way. But I didn't grow up around American people after I was 23. So you look at it, it's almost 40 years that I was around third world people, other countries. So I learned their ways here in America. Because what we had in common now was everybody wanted money. Everybody wanted a better way of life. Everybody wanted to show their people a better way of life. Okay, fine. I'm from America. So I didn't follow behind my brethren. I didn't do that. I didn't follow behind them. We could reason. But as I was saying to certain brethren 20 plus years ago, all the Rastafari people need to come sit at the table. Come sit at the table and we can reason about this, and this. Because in no way, shape, or form am I going to allow you to be my boss. I was never going to let that happen ever on the planet. I don't let white people be my boss because you made it so that we had to be in captivity perpetual because that's what the slavery business is. They made the people in America slaves perpetually. So they didn't give us the information they gave to other people. Okay? It's known amongst other black people countries that when you go to America, don't mess with the black people here in America. Don't do that unless you have to marry them to get your green card or some paperwork. You need some paperwork from the American government. So if you needed that, you would have to marry somebody from America on another American citizen. So you just couldn't come here and be Ross so-and-so and you sign up to be in America. It wasn't like that. So a lot of people cross race, miscegenation, amalgamation, for green card, for papers. Then they fell in love, started breeding, mixed race. Now we were taught not to do that a long time ago in the Bible, and even today. But everybody is trying their hand at miscegenation and amalgamation. And they in love. So we're not going to stop them from doing that. But how come on every TV show, if there's a dark-skinned guy like myself or whatever, you got to have some light-skinned chick on your arm. That's the only way they're going to publicize you. You got to have a light-skinned chick, damn near white chick, so people can publicize you because y'all look good together. I'm just saying. I'm not against nobody falling in love for whatever reason, to get your paperwork, to get whatever. But we need to go ahead and pull this okie doke off the people's eyeballs. Because if you're going to do stuff, people in America ain't leading themselves into this damnation that they headed into. You check a lot of this music, it comes from foreigners who come from other places in the world. They came here and said, we're going to lead the black people into slavery again. Because the black people in America never going to work together, ever. Unless you get some money, some derogatory talk, then you could get people. That's how they did it. When we in bad shape, people, I ain't going to say my people, I'm going to say people. Because anytime you say our people, you end up with a bullet in your head. Anytime you try to defend these people, you get dead. That's the way America is set up. Perpetual slavery means somebody got to stay here and keep running it to the bottom, fall out. How about that, Bob? I'm just saying. Because I don't want to talk too fast.
Take your time.
Okay. So as I keep thinking about it, I'm saying, man, so when I went to New York, people didn't pay me no mind. But while they weren't paying me any mind, I was putting glue to the Nyabingi house in New York. I put glue to that thing. Okay? And I cleaned it out. I cleaned out the people, the riffraff, and all the different people out. And the house was so clean that the patriarch of the faith came to New York. Came there. People was upset with me because when the elder came, I sat at the table with him. People said, you can't sit at the table with him. You got to sit over there behind us. I sat at the table. I started eating and doing what the elder, we eating out the same plate. We doing the thing that we are brothers. We're real brothers. We just in different parts of the world. So I'm not going to relinquish my authority because you from some other place. Okay? I used to shake the elder's hand and I would bow while I'm talking to him. And the elder said, you mustn't do that. We're brothers. Because I saw him as, he had people from all over the world listening to his word sounding power. Whether they agree with it or not, they listen. Till this day, you don't have any replacements for any of these elders that came. This stuff that these guys calling Rasta and Nyabingi, they done snuck in, like the scripture said, unawares, and doing all the stuff. They done scattered the people again, because when the righteous rule, the people are joy, they're in abundance and in everything. When the wicked rule, the righteous go into hiding. So, we've been in hiding for close to 25 years. In hiding. Okay? Because for real, you can count on your hand how many Rastafari people are married, still married, raising their children in the faith. How many you really got? Or these cats just got locks in their head saying, Rastafari, I got talk and I got talk and I got talk. You got talk. Where their first $4 million that they put into these people? Because we need money to put into these people, brother. Buildings. We said we needed buildings. If we had buildings and we had our stores, Rastafari stores, because every Rastafari store you go to in America is run by a Jamaican, period, married to a white person. There are none. There are no two Rasta people, man and woman, running no stores in America. Please call me and tell me I'm telling you a lie. Because I done been all over the country. I ain't seen it. I have not seen it. White boy saying Rastafari and his black wife from Jamaica. They talking. They selling all the hats, all the belts. They selling all this stuff. Because in America, two black people ain't going to have too much. That's the way the system is set up. At a certain time in the what, 2005, 6, somewhere in that time, they got rid of every black guy in control. Every black guy, every black male they could find, they put them in some problems. Everybody. Look into it. They locked up the black man and the woman. If they had government positions, they locked both of them up. Came up with some rules and said, you were stealing, so they locked them up. Man and wife. All the richest black people in America not married to no black person. They married to some Asian, Filipino, something like that. Because the money is not allowed to come back into the black community. It's not allowed because it would affect perpetual slavery. Okay? It would affect it. Like right now, people don't want to hear nothing that we really talking about. They talking about lick it, suck it, push it, kick it, lick it. You wide out in the open. Your sexuality is leading you to damnation. And I'm not going to get in your way from doing all of what you're doing because the scripture showed you not to do any of those things. But since you burned the Bible, you're going to do it anyway. Okay? It's okay to get along with everybody on the planet. Like I told my son the other day, he was like, well, you know, you work with gay people and white people and all the binary people. And I said, bro, I didn't learn any of those words until I got into the radio business. When I got into the radio business, everybody was included. The radio business. Everybody. So, yeah, I said good morning to Frank. How you doing, Frank? Good morning. All right, priest. I ain't in that shit with you this morning. Okay. You know, smoke your herb, go sit over in the corner and do your work. That's how they treated me. They were like, nah. Because now I would talk to them about whatever, and it would always end up being, so why are you doing that to yourself? You know two men ain't supposed to sleep together. You know that, licky and all that. But you're doing it anyway because that's the way Sodom and Gomorrah is imitated. It's imitated. You keep doing the worst things that people can do, and you expect better results. I don't know why. Why you expect that shit? Because they say you get money, you good. You got money, you got a house. Back in the day when I was a kid, the only way you could get money, it was hang around gay people. Or go to the military and then find out all them people gay too, because that's how they got promoted. It wasn't no game. Okay? It was real shit. You go to jail, you're around gay people. Because that was the center to buck break. Breaking the buck. You send him to jail, somebody gonna try to break him up. And there's a good chance that it was gonna happen. Okay? See, we're not looking at the thing circumspect like we are forced to get along with bad behavior. We're forced to get along with it. And none of us really like it. But if you force so long to do it, you just become like, it doesn't bother me. As long as it don't happen to me, I ain't bothered with it. That's what it became. Now, all that what I'm saying is the elders was against all that. They just said black or black, and they tell you what it is, give you the scripture. You just had to hold that thought. They wasn't going to go along with you because you had a handful of money and say, gay people are right. They would never promote that, ever, because they knew the scriptures convicted them. We don't have any type of moral code anymore. Not that I seen. If you seen one, let me know, Bob. I'm ready.
No, you right. I you right. I can't I don't know enough to dispute any of that. I haven't seen it. I haven't in my little time on the planet.
No, I'm just saying. Look at all the brethren that you had on your show that spoke the truth. The truth, the real one. Not mine, not theirs, but the truth. All them brothers, they didn't get paid to speak that. They were ostracized, they were kicked aside because they wouldn't shut their mouth. They would always just tell you the truth in every situation. You had to take it or don't take it. Not like these people today, like, well, everybody has a right to live. Yes, you do. You have a right to live. Okay? But do you have a right to force other people into your way of doing stuff? Because I'm not going to say a way of life, because 2 men ain't going to make no baby, so there ain't going to be no life coming out of that. 2 women doing the thing, ain't no baby coming out of that. Okay? None. So it's not a way of life. It's just a way of doing things. So we doing things. Yeah, we doing it. But who wants to get along with everybody who's doing whatever? No moral compass whatsoever. Today, the guy loving his wife. Tomorrow, his wife is loving the next woman. You understand, Bob? Okay. People told people to don't have a conversation with your husband and really talk about what's going on. Man, just leave that dude, man, and go get you somebody else while you're young enough to live your life. Now, it used to be where people did not interfere in married people's affairs. That used to be a sin. You would sit down with the people and talk to them and see what the problem is, not sabotage people behind their back. And because you good at lying, stealing, and cheating, yeah, you would be the one that's speaking. And after you speak, nobody get to say nothing. I'm like, nah, man, fire for that. Because now, if you stealing and you lying and you cheating, you ain't got no hope of defeating people like me, ever in your life. Because I'm not going to play with you. I'm going to treat you like an enemy, and every opportunity I get to do something to you, I'm going to do it. Because we have never lost our whole being. That's the purpose of serving the Almighty. Don't lose your whole being. Get your being out of it. So that way, if you find yourself in a predicament where, hey, somebody interfered with your marriage and was gone with it, and they got your people thinking one thing, and the person never came and said it in front of the person. You're supposed to come say it in front of me. So if you're doing it to me, you're supposed to be balls enough to come say it to me. Okay? Knowing that you're putting your life in danger when you do that. Okay? You put your life in danger when you interfere with other people's life. But the Almighty already told us we don't have enough bullets to fight people. We don't have enough weapons to fight you. So we don't fight you. We let the Almighty deal with you the way that you are coming and catch you the best way. So people say, God, take too long. Well, if I'm living, let him take as long as he want to take. Because I'm living. I'm going to see your downfall. And it's going to be a great downfall. And be no nice thing. It's going to be a thing where you're going to regret everything you ever did to all the Almighty's children. You're going to regret it in a way where dying, that's too easy. Dying, these people don't need to die. You need to stay alive and get your judgment. So that's why in the now being order that I was familiar with, nah, man, we ain't killing nobody. When we say death to black and white down pressers, if you notice when we said it, we said death to black and white down pressers. So we know the white people ain't had no power to do nothing to us. It was the black people who was doing it to us. Because at the time, having locks in your head, it was against all your little high yellow people standards. High yellow people couldn't wear no locks because it don't come out your head naturally like that. You got to do stuff to it, put beeswax in it, add all this stuff to get your locks. Black people just had it just grow into locks. They didn't want us to do that because we're the only nation, we are a nation on the planet that hair grows like this. It grows naturally, just itself. No other race of people, no combination of people got hair like us. We don't have to go You don't have to go any further because our hair told everybody who we were. So now here's the trick, and I've studied it, and I'm just saying that we were tricked into being disgusted with ourselves. We couldn't get a job unless we got what they call them straightening combs back in the day. The women had to have a straightening comb to get minimum wage jobs. Minimum wage. And the women were wearing wigs back then. When I was a kid, everybody mama had a wig, except for, oh, my mama Indian, so she ain't got no wig. But if you had natural hair, am I lying? Okay.
No,
People
sir.
People have to know.
Go ahead, priest.
Okay. So that's going on right now where foreign people, foreign women cutting off their hair and selling it to black women. Extensions and wigs and yeah, I mean, if you're in art and what they call it, theater, you might wear a wig or something like that, but not every day. Not every day. We gone bad. We really gone bad. And the sad thing about it is the people with all the money, they now trying to copy the look. Like certain artists, big artists, now they got locks in their head. But like they told their children, they get ready to cut it off because the fire getting hot. It's getting hot. You pretending to be something, your hair is out there, now you got a couple $1 billion and your hair is big and wide and you got your locks sticking up. Yeah, man, you looking like yourself, but you ain't yourself. You're an empty shell. Because you know what you did to get that money. You know what you did. You know what your wife did to get that money. Whatever you got, whatever you living off of, you know what you did to get it. So if you got caught stealing, and it's in the newspaper, and it's in Google, you can't pretend later like you're a good person. Get out of here. You were saved. Saved from what? Saved from doing it again or what? Because see, people's lies is going to wrap around their head. I kid you not. And it's going to choke them slowly. It's going to choke them slowly. And then they're going to go, God help me. God going to say, go see the guy that you did that to 22 years ago. Go see him and go and apologize to him and tell him how much you're sorry and get your response from that guy who God is in. God is in people. Y'all keep acting like God is in the sky when he in every breathing person. Every breathing person, white people, green people. God is inside of every guy. Now, do every guy know the height of knowing God? No, because that's not what they train to do. They train to serve their masters and look like they masters. That's what they train to do, bro. Because that's how you get money. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm just saying, I just had that on my mind right then.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm soaking it in. We soaking it in.
Well, I'm just saying. Because here it is. The other day, when Cat Williams did this, I hope I don't get in no trouble speaking the man's name. Love you, Cat. Now, Cat Williams, he knew how to get money. So now, every person that he says something about, every person, even people that claim he threw them off the show without letting them perform and still paying them, people did that. So they could get another million views on their platform. And I think Cat knew that. Cat knew if he said anything about any guy, every guy was going to get more attention, more million views. So therefore, Cat Williams got a lot of people paid in the past 2 weeks. A lot. Because everybody got an interview. Thank you, Cat. That's how black people move, bro. That's how we move. We think like that. Because we got so many enemies. Let's make everybody get paid. Now your enemies can't do nothing to you. They can't do nothing to you because you got everybody paid. So everybody's talking about you. Hot topic. Cat Williams said. And, you know, I'm just saying. What do you think, Baba?
Go ahead, free.
He got everybody paid.
Yeah.
Okay. So people say, well, he did that, he did this. No, don't worry about none of that. You riding along and you want to say something to him and be what they call it, against. Like I watched the documentary yesterday, not documentary, interview with the sister Wanda Smith. right? So she was talking about how she never expected Cat to act like that and blah blah blah. But now, like Frank Ski said, look, man, we got 1 million views while that was going on. 1 million. The next day we had 10 million views. Now that means your ratings in your radio business go up. You understand, Baba?
Yep.
You get better sponsors at that rate because now you got more views for people to see it. And every business wants to have 10 million views for their business. So even if 100,000 people drop off and buy something from the business, everybody getting paid. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. See, business is business. Okay. So like what I say about my radio show, the Listening Room DC, I need some more haters. So I don't play none of the music what most people listen to. I play the music that I listen to. And the music that I listen to, all the rich people I know with money and sense and morals, they listen to the same music I listen to. They listen to the same music. I don't know if it's a phenomenon or a coincidence, but we listen to music that I ain't shooting you, so I ain't gonna sing about it. I ain't gonna bang your wife, because I don't want you banging mine. So we ain't singing about that. Okay? I ain't gonna sing about put your lips down here because that's nasty. I don't want nobody putting their lips on my stuff. What's the matter with you? Because now when you got herpes and all them things in your mouth, and oh man, it's bad when you think about somebody talked us into losing our moral code. So we have no moral stability. No moral stability at all. Okay? We would rather fight a dude and shoot a dude than hear the truth. So now most people don't talk the truth. Okay? I was on my radio show last night, and the guy was saying, so carrying a gun ain't being strapped. He said being strapped. Being strapped ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause you could deter people from doing that. So I was saying, okay, that was his opinion. So I said to him, I personally don't have one. But if a person came to me with that whole idea that they coming to me with a gun, it's my duty to take it from him and unload it on the guy. And the guy that was talking to me about carrying a gun every day, he said, "Oh, that's way too violent." No, Holmes. The person who came with the gun was threatening my life. Therefore, I have the use of deadly force. Well, they don't teach regular people that. You learn that in the Marine Corps, in the police department, the use of deadly force. You pull that out and you talking to me about what you gonna do, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm gonna take it from you at the best opportunity and bust you with it and unload it all on you. Every
Yep.
bit. And search you. See if you got any more bullets on you. And reload it and hit you again. Because obviously you will not be coming back to do whatever again. You will not do that again. But people don't see that as a deterrent. They say that's overkill. That's what the word overkill means. Okay. He said, but the judge is not going to let you go. I'm not busy with the judge letting me go. I didn't have a gun until he came to me with it. You think I'm going to take his gun from him and walk off? No, I'm unloading it on his ass so him and his friends will know that you come this way with that, it's war. We're going straight to war. It ain't going to be no more talking. None. We ain't doing no talking. Because you already knew you had the intent. And that's all I got to prove to the judge, your intent. And once you got it, I got it. Okay? I'm just saying. It's levels to this. Okay? So if you're teaching our people to shoot, kill, and all this type of stuff, I'm not letting nobody do that to me and mine. I ain't got no weapons, so I got to use yours. And since you came to me with that intent, hey, they can bury you whatever way they see you, man. But nobody can be talking to me about you killed him and why you killed him. I just told you why. He came with that intent. Well, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. Let somebody come to you with a weapon talking about they're going to do something to you. You go, oh, give them your wallet. You can have that shit. But my life, you're going to ask me for my wallet without even pulling the gun out. Correct?
That's right.
Now, are you going to get it? Probably not. Because ain't nobody scared. You walk up and say, give me your wallet. They're going to look around and see if you got a weapon. If you got a weapon, they got a thing called self-defense. Now, if you better at the self-defense than what your attacker is, can't nobody blame you for dismantling this dude. And you can stay right there until the police come. Don't run nowhere. Take your points. You did that, take your points. Okay? See, we got to stop being, what they call a thing, hypocrite. Because now if people were stealing intellectual rights, for instance, and you using people's thoughts and process to make money, people ain't going to run up to you and take it from you because we've been trained not to do anything to people that trouble us. Let God handle it. We're going to let God handle it. But don't think you're going to like do it and get away with it. Because I'm going to talk to God every day until he break your shit all the way down and wipe you all the way out. So that way you'll know that I know that we don't like each other on that level. On that level. Now, I don't know little plutonic type of stuff. We on some, I don't want you on the planet either. None of your stuff, because you're doing stuff to hurt people. Now, people stand up and fight you, and like the Vietnamese, everybody found out about them, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm sure you didn't go all the way to Vietnam to fight them people. Okay, you wanted the drug trade that was over there. And then people say, nah, man, we processing dope. We doing our own thing. We growing poppy. We doing all that. We getting our cut of the world market. So somebody in this particular country decided, like, we can't let them have that market. So you went over there, started killing people and bombing them and stuff. They were like, okay, we're going to do some tragic stuff to you that it's going to shock all of your soldiers till they don't want to fight no more. And they did that. They made some countries get up out of there and leave them people alone. Do you understand?
Right. I got you.
I'm just saying. Okay. You remember the Mau Mau? You ever heard of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, they was taking a lot of abuse from the foreigners that came there. A lot of abuse. And some people who look like us, you know, they had their little afros and locks and stuff. They were like, nah, we ain't letting you do that. So what the people did is they found the leaders, because there's always a snitch around us. People think snitching is some new stuff. Nah. And they cut off the heads of the leaders of the Mau Mau. And their heads are in British Museum. Not to scare black people, but to show their people, their colored people, their generations, their species, that this is what you do to them people. Whenever they rise up, just cut off their heads. See, we got to remember that these people are the most brutal people on the planet. Black people ain't got nothing compared to these people and their brutality. Nothing. So we can't afford to be wicked. We couldn't afford to do that. You understand?
That's right. Go ahead, priest.
Well, I'm going. I was thinking about the word wicked. The way we were taught wicked, it was like, nah, don't do no wickedness because God go get you at the same time. Some people came in and made some music and said, wicked. That's wicked, man. So when I heard it 40 years ago, I was like, yo, y'all know y'all saying that the music is wicked, right? Man, don't worry, it ain't like that. Well, what is it? Wicked. So we didn't have no baby mama until certain people started saying it. Not from America, right?
Hey,
What?
Who used to say baby mama in America? Who would say something like that? Who would say that?
We did.
Huh?
We did.
Who was we? We didn't start saying nothing like that until certain music came to America. Baby mama. Ain't no baby mama. That's my children's mother right there. When you say baby mama, that's like you still got some attachment to her, correct?
That's right.
You ain't got no attachment to my wife. You could have had a baby with her, but you can't say that's your baby mama. No, that's my wife. You finished. She kicked you to the curb. Okay? So now I personally, I don't get upset when somebody say, "Oh, I had your woman." No, you got your woman. Because when you had her, she was yours. She broke the covenant. Once she broke the covenant, that was on her. Had nothing to do with me. Not one thing. I'm affected by it, but it wasn't me. Because in the last days, it's written in the scriptures that people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, disobedient, unfaithful. Man, if I read the Bible, I know I'm gonna get some more haters. That's why I should have pulled it out so I can get me a few haters. So, because we fighting against something we can't even see. I'm just saying. I'm breathing, Baba. Go ahead, say something, back. Cause I will go. I'll go. I'm getting it. I'm getting that inspiration while I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Baba said, don't stop till you get enough. All right, Michael Jackson. I'm not going to stop till I get enough. Because some people that actually came to America think they going to take over, take all the rights, and take everything you got. And people didn't even know that the guy Bayard Rustin that was with Martin Luther King, he wrote all the gay legislation up in that thing to where gay people are using all those rights right now because somebody explained to them that all these rights that we put in these documents for this government is for you guys only. So if you wasn't gay, you wasn't getting none of those rights. You wasn't getting those rights. Now, Martin Luther King, his side of the rights, nobody using his side of the rights, even right now. So they gave him a day. So you have time to research Martin Luther King. But anytime you research Martin Luther King, you would have to say Bayard Rustin. He was openly gay black man. Nobody ever talk about that because you got so many black men doing that to each other, doing it in prison, all over the place. It's like, hold on. Nobody likes women anymore. So when you listen to the song, The Whole World Wrong by Ross Peto, you can see why it took almost 30 years for the music to come out. What type of world I living in? Men refuse the use of women and add sin to sin. They leave the use of woman and mingle with man. This should not go on in the job creation. See, these words was not something that you want to hear, but he was telling you that that's the way it's looking right now. You done left the use of women and you mingling with man. Huh? So you know that's why it took the album 30 years to reach out. Because they wasn't putting it out while they was pushing their gay agenda. Because that song be telling you right there and finding you guilty and you doing that stuff in secret. You're doing it in secret and people know what you're doing. You got 60 years of lesbianism that was all throughout black films, black plantation films. Nobody talk about that. Black Panther women, all gay. We forgot. What do you say, Bob?
We went out for a minute. I had to log out and log back in. You StreamYard be acting up sometime.
Well, it's okay because I'm acting up too. We all gonna get along. We all gonna get along, bro. We all gonna show up. We're gonna show up today. Because I was saying, like you got black women that was in the Black Panthers in the struggle, they were lesbians. I found it out last night. So now your lesbian thing fit more into what Bayard Rustin put out there for gay people. So the lesbians went with that. So inside of every black organization, you had lesbians come in. They wasn't procreating. They wasn't raising the children. They were not showing the younger women how to be a better woman for their husband. Nobody taught these women. Nobody. And the people I know that were teaching young people, man, they got the worst beating from the world you can imagine. Old people telling you, nah, man, you get married, you have some babies, you teach younger women how to do that. No, all the women out here still lesbians. I ain't saying all, they got the ones that's out here holding it down, but they quiet. Because, like I said in the beginning, when the wicked are ruling, the righteous go into hiding. Righteous people going into hiding. They ain't coming back out yet until somebody's strong enough to tell them, yo, we going to stay over here and do our thing. Okay? We're going to stay over here and do our thing and be teaching ourselves how to be better men and women. We need to be taught. Somebody need to get out there and tell you, how come every man that's talking to you ain't got no wife? And the ones that got a wife is on the down low. Where do they think they get these words from? Because people knew if you wanted to get the audience, you had to have a woman with you. So your woman knew you was gay, but she was like, we're going to get this money, and you just be quiet and act like you love me. And that's what they did. Pastors did that, got caught. Because everything done in the dark going to come to the light. Pastors. So don't act like TD, whatever his name is, Jakes or whatever. Don't act like he was the first guy to get caught. Don't ever act like that. Because now you have missed the point. Okay? You got bishops up there doing that stuff and got photographs of them doing it. I ain't going to call Mr. Long name out because I don't talk about dead people much. But these people had mega churches and they were doing that down low business. And the spirit of that down low business, you put that over the whole church. Because you're the minister, you're the pastor, you're the one closer to God. I'm just saying. You with me, Bob?
I'm listening. Yes, sir. I'm riding with you.
Yeah, because I don't really want to act like people from islands and stuff got all this talk. They got all the talk that's going to make everybody know your grade level, where you from, what you represent, and what you are protecting. Okay? What you protecting? Okay? Because by the time you finish protecting your interest is for you. You got one brother on Facebook, and it's a young, and I met him once upon a time, maybe 20 years ago. But he hot right now, okay? And he hot. He's talking about every foreigner, all the behavior where they got, and people. It's like, man, you should shut up, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm on now, like, I beg to differ. This brother is telling you everything where he found out from the inside, not from listening to you talk, from the inside, by participating in the faith of Rastafari. He saw what people was doing with his own eyes. But in our faith, it said, lean not on your own understanding. So we didn't. So you kept doing it in front of our face. Like, hold on. That ain't what we do. We don't live like that. So anybody who say we don't live like that, you definitely not getting an audience from foreign people. Okay? One brother said to me this morning, he said, I watched your show on Bible TV the other day, and I noticed that you had your Cash App right there. Right? So I said, yeah. He said, so did anybody send you a Cash App? I said, nah, bro. I wasn't expecting them to. Because they don't want to hear what I'm going to say, because I'm going to tell you straight to your face. I ain't in none of that way you into. You know the power, but you deny it, so you ain't never going to have the power that I not got. Never. Your family never going to inherit it. You ain't never going to be on top of the game. You always going to be some guy who, here you go. You learn stuff from Rastafari people, and you gave it to all the bald-headed people you could find. They took the money that they had, gave it to you, and you told them every little thing that was built for Rastafari people first. Because that's what the elders would tell you. And I came up with the knowledge so we can have it first. We suffer so we can have it first. So we could get the benefits of it first. Not we got all the heavens and everything, and you leaking it out so other people got it. Go to Italy. They got now bingy people that ain't black whatsoever. But they got their white wives and their white children, and they doing they now bingy. Who am I to argue with them? I mean, really. They call it Nyabingi. Nyabingi used to be unification of all people. Black first. That's what we had certain rules. Black first. So black people don't need nothing. We just want to be perpetual slaves all now. Because I'm telling you the truth. All the people that's talking from these little islands, they still stuck in their little islands. Freedom has not come all now. Because you didn't have the tools to make us free. You didn't have the tools. So by right, you're supposed to shut your mouth. By right. But your mouth is who the people heard. Your talk is who the people heard. Your talk. Not our talk, your talk. So you went about discrediting everybody who didn't talk like you. See, these are the things that we need to talk about. Because people are still acting out this genocide amongst each other. And don't think for a minute genocide is caused by other people outside your race. Genocide is caused by the people that's in your race. Them is the people that's doing it to you. More than because ain't nobody really go get that close to you. Because everybody taught. Don't bother with these people right here. Don't help them. Just take their money. Because they will go get that money. And I thought about it. You gave Eritreans and different people corner stores, Arabs corner store, all this. They gonna get the money out your hand. So you got an Arab store around the corner. They breaking the law right now because they're not supposed to have a cannabis shop close to a playground, school, or nothing. These people set up right across the street from the playground. Right across the street. Now in what do you call it? 71? Yeah. In DC. You're supposed to follow the rules of the 71 that they're 71 compliant. They ain't doing that because there's nobody to enforce it. So as long as people bringing in the money, you good to go. You're not supposed to bring the marijuana from outside of DC. But it's only 7 grows legal in DC, and one of them is black. So y'all ain't giving him no money because y'all gonna keep it tight amongst yourself. Okay? You're not buying the supplies from the black people who got the license. You're not buying it from them. They wanted the suppliers. So now one of them had to sell their dispensary 3 weeks ago. When I found out this, they were like, priest, we need $1 million for somebody to come buy this license from us. So they was asking me, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna find you somebody. And sure enough, I found somebody that could buy it from them. Just legally. All the license, everything, just do it legally. So of course I want my commission because I told people from the beginning, not letting white people or anybody else take over the ganja business. Y'all can have the crack business. Cause Bobby, you ever watch Godfather?
Yeah.
I mean, really watch it. Scene for scene.
Yeah. After watching it so many times.
Okay. So now when they were talking about the dope business, people said, man, leave that over there for the niggas and the spicks. Don't bring that around no schools.
Because they don't have no soul. Let them lose their soul.
Right. Okay. So now people watching The Godfather like, well, did you know there's one black person in the whole movie?
Mm-hmm.
One. He was a horse trainer.
Yep, I remember.
He was a horse trainer for the movie dude, Rolf or whatever. Yeah. So nobody's taking that like when we had the Black Panther, and y'all had to stick a white guy up in there so he could save the day. That's how bad off we are. It's bad off. Can we all have all black movie? Because it's not gonna be that exciting, right? Just asking.
I'm just saying.
Bob, I'm going as I'm going. I'm like, we not gonna reflect on none of the behavior that people got. We ain't even gonna reflect on it. Okay. Like, well, everybody should go married. Who gonna love them? So now all of a sudden, all white guys love black girls. All white girls love black guys. All other Asian women love black guys. And I'm like, dude, they gonna help you get paid, and they taking the 50% minimum. That's the minimum they taking. They keeping your biracial children, okay? And you still gotta pay more money on top of that. Ain't nobody looking at the statistics? Or we just overlooking all of it? And I'm not saying that who you love. That's your business. But damn, all of y'all love everybody except for people like me, because I don't, well, none of y'all on no level, because you ain't gonna help me eat. You ain't gonna help me do nothing. When my children see your children, my children see some other white people or some off-brand white people. So you're not gonna invite my children to your birthday party because your white wife don't really want no black people there. But all your other little children is there. I'm like, well, my black children know how to behave themselves. Mine do in particular. But you didn't invite mine over to your house because you make your children cut off all your hair. I don't make my children cut their hair. I don't make them do anything, but they all got, smart kids and all that type of stuff. Yeah, when I looked at that picture right there, my son that was over there, that's the one black shirt, Micah. This dude was so smart that he got invited to the White House and got to take his whole family. Okay. So at the time, he got one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right here in the picture. How many is that in the picture? That's 8 in the picture, and 3 more wasn't even in the picture. 3 more children wasn't even in the picture. Okay, and this one I used to pick them up from school every day. Every day. Whatever part of the town they was in, I picked them up from school every day. Therefore, I knew all the principals, all the police, all in between. I knew all them cats. People say, yo, man, how you take care of all them people? I don't know. There must be a God somewhere out here. Okay? There must be. Okay? His sister that's standing beside him, she got us into Congress. So she can read, her papers that she wrote. She got us into, what's that place, man? Chief Justice Sotomayor. There's pictures of that little girl right there with the Chief Justice. Chief Justice was like, I don't know how you can read like that at your age, but people was upset with me in this community, they call it. Because me and my family was always represented on the level. Somebody wrote me a letter and asked me, so you being at the White House, you coming to the White House, that's supposed to be a big deal? Yeah, pretty much. Because to come to the White House and be invited to the Oval Office, you had to have something going on. We didn't have no money or nothing like that. I think when we invited to the White House, we didn't even have the proper clothes to go. So we had to do what black people do. Send my son over to the thrift store around the corner to the Nigerian lady. She loved us. She said, oh, you going looking nice, brother. Gave him suits, shoes, everything from the thrift store. He was looking good. I had on my one suit that I still got. The shirt that I had didn't have no sleeves in it because I had just came from the farm. But I had put on my suit with no sleeves on it, and man, I was looking good. We didn't even have money to catch the bus to the White House. So me and my family walked because that's the treatment we received in Washington, D.C. That's the real treatment we received. But it never stopped us from growing. It never stopped us from growing. So certain people really hated the idea that we were getting all these accolades and we didn't have no money. We didn't have no boss. We didn't have none of that. Because I kept building my little companies, even if they failed. I built 13 companies. And even if they failed, my children kept on growing. They kept on eating. So people was mad. You wanted me to go to jail with you? I wasn't going. You can't have no children in jail with you. Only thing you got in jail, in my case, is all men. I ain't interested in looking at men all day for months, days, and years. So my behavior was never in that. It wasn't like I was trying to get caught. I wasn't going to get caught because I wasn't doing anything to get caught. I wasn't stealing and doing none of that devilish business. I was doing me. And I'm very glad today that I was doing me till this day. Okay? Really. Because how many people can get 11 children out of one woman in this day right here? You can't get one. She go dash it. That's what they taught. Get rid of the woman. Tell the woman get rid of all the children. No. Yeah, they all look alike. They got the same daddy. So yes, I was getting mine. So when I'm doing what I'm doing, people didn't like that. It was going, that woman need more time to be to herself. Well, the children are a representation of yourself in the world where I'm building, the world where I'm going to. So your children, my son got me in the White House. So I knew already that we were going to go be some big family in the world. We was going to be big people in the world, but not in the world. We wasn't in the world. We was in it, but not of it. So we kept doing what we was doing. So I don't have nothing bad to say about my children's mother. When people talk to her and say, after you did all this great work, you need to go get your life. Then she ran for it. Okay, now she ran for it. Congratulations. Stay across the street. That's the way I treat it. Because once you leave, there ain't no turn around and come back. Keep on going to your destination. Because it's got to be a destination for people who break covenants. People who do that, I'm not just, man, we had to go through a lot of trials and tribulation to write music like Ross Sam Brown, Ross Pito, and all these type of people. I'm not talking about reggae music. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, we did family life. Because for real, none of my elders had a wife. They had a wife but one child. They had a wife, but the wife didn't stay because nobody signs on for suffering. Nobody signs on for suffering. But the suffering was a good thing because it taught I what we had to say, what we had to do. So now you got a lot of Rastafari people with doctorate degrees, doctor behind their name, all this stuff, man. We was going for it. We was coming up out of the ashes. Like they say, the phoenix. We coming up out of the ashes. People didn't want that to keep happening. So you know what they did in America? They said everybody can grow locks. Whoa! You can keep your job too with your locks. Lord, people that used to hate us 30 years ago, now they got locks in their head. And they got the most talk. They let us suffer for them to have something. Just like they did to Christ. They let Christ suffer so they can have something. But don't get a man no recognition. Don't get a persona no recognition. So we know what that is already. All the black people that wanted to fight for this black people in America, they were all genocide. How they say today? Unalived. It was all unalived. Unalived. Okay? So we keep acting like we can't put 1 and 2 together to get 10. Because you can get 10 out of 1 and 2, put it together. Because now you're going to find out that people really, really don't like you. And you really don't like them. And nothing can get built if we don't build it. I ain't never seen none that 2 people arguing can go build. Have you, Bridget?
Nope, not at all.
And I hate you and you hate me and we're going to build something?
That's real talk.
What we going to build if we both hate each other? Every time I see you, it's shoot to kill. As the young people say today, on sight. On sight. I'm like, damn, these people are serious. Hey, the world is programming us to do that, bro. We're being programmed. Self-annihilation. Go listen to the teacher, Ross Sam Brown. He'll tell you, way back then he was telling us, they gonna set us up, man. They're gonna use the brightest people around us to sabotage our stuff. Look at this album right here, The Teacher. Down there on one of them songs, it said How the West Was Won and The Modeler. The Modeler. Check the music. Yeah, it'll tell you what it is. The Modeler, it tells you. Be like, it says, some are model in a dreads. Since Amelia get them red. They don't have Rasta thought.
Mm-hmm.
They live far from the thought. What is this? The elder was asking questions. What is this? What? The model. Check the song out, man. Because some modeling in dread. 6 million to get them read. They don't have no Rasta thought. They live far from their heart. What is this? To this day, the album was made in 91. Ain't nobody answered the question yet. Yet. 33 years, ain't nobody answered the question because you listen to what all these Rasta people talking, they ain't talking none of that. None of what the elders do. So you know how certain people do. Certain people gonna make you understand like you should have listened to your elders. You should have listened to them. But you had such disrespect for them because they were born with the knowledge and your parents didn't have that knowledge. Your parents didn't have that. Most people ain't raised with no parents that can tell you this is the right way, this is the wrong way. I mean, for real, not that little don't do that, no, don't get caught, none of that. No, real talk so you can raise your attributes, your God attributes. So you can be a little bit smarter than yesterday. So we're supposed to be smarter. Every generation is supposed to be smarter. You're not supposed to be in perpetual captivity. Because we're smarter than that. For real. I'm just saying. Good gracious, Bob. I don't even know what else to tell people these days because I think people think this is a joke or something. And we have the evidence. Okay? We got the evidence that we born geniuses, man. And I give thanks for you and your platform because when I look back, you had some heavy hitters on your platform. Heavy hitters. And they didn't get the support. They didn't get it. But they might get it in 10 years when they passed away. Because people going to make sure that that money does not go to those people or to their children or to their children's children. So me in particular, I'm not doing nothing for nobody if it don't give my children, their children, and their children something to eat off of what I'm saying. So that's why I decided to, come on your platform as much as I can. Because I'm going to get better with it. The more I come talk, the more I'm going to let you know some stuff that you probably didn't want to know, but now you know. This is why we're in this situation that we're in. And we could back up, retract, and argue. But at the end of the argument, let's go ahead and get the thing straight where we're supposed to get straight. Because I'm out here in the real world telling my brethren, you can't hang around me unless you got a wife. Period. You can't hang around me unless you making some babies. Period. I ain't in none of that guy stuff. Me and you ain't gonna do nothing. I have brethren that got millions of dollars and all this. And the brother said, I said to him, he said, yo, priest, you be handling that baby stuff. I said, when you gonna have some? He said, man, I'm almost, 50? He said 52 or something. He said, I'm almost 52, man. What? I don't want no babies, man. They're gonna interfere with my money. I said, bro, my little daughter that you see coming into this coffee shop, she's 5 years old now. I had her when I was 56. 56, I wasn't stopping, okay? Because I'm too old. No, what Robert De Niro and all them cats doing now? They wait until they 89. Go get them a baby. Because they want to try what we try every day. Every day. Lady, 77 years old, I talked to her, she goes to the gym. She was like, yeah, but I ain't trying to make no baby. I said, Sarah did it. Sarah did it at 90. She closed her eyes and said, you stupid. I didn't know I was stupid. Because I would ask anybody, did Sarah do it at 90? According to the scriptures, yes, she did. I'm just saying. Okay? I told the lady, I said, that's the best quality children is when we in that particular age. Because we are going to pass down the genetics of superior thinking, superior behavior. Okay? Superior. Because this is the point where we learned all the different stuff. How to stay away from this wickedness and from that and from that. So the child being born to that time, that child gonna come out, what they call them, indigo child. You heard of indigo child, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's when the parents have come to their heights when they're making these babies. So the children gonna come out and tell you what happened in 1823, January the 14th. They'll tell you without reading a book because they was here forever. Only living people can make babies, man. That's why the gay thing is going on so rapid. And on another side of that gay thing, on the other side of it, they are setting people up so they can lose their children so they can have gay people raise them. And you're raised into that mentality. You got kids saying, my two mamas. You ain't got no two mamas, baby. No scientist told you can't have two mamas. The science department is supposed to tell you that. Biology tells you that. But they ain't teaching that to the children. My two daddies. How you get two daddies? Where that come from? Confusion. See, we done gone and let people confuse us so bad that we only want the money. We only want the bread. So whatever we got to do, okay? You got this guy on Instagram. Everybody know he's a guy except for the guys that's trying to get at him. They know that ain't no woman. And they doing what they do to a woman, they doing to that guy. And he liking it because he getting money and likes. And I'm like, damn, people always like stuff because you can't take it with you. So they enjoying themselves right now. I'm like,
what?
What? Bro, you know, I had heart surgery. So I had time to research. Okay? It's my daughter got me on the Instagram and all that stuff. So I got 3 pages for my radio shows and stuff. My daughter helped me out a whole lot. She was saying, yo, you just got to learn what people thinking because it's not what you're thinking. And she's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I would never think that people are promoting that promiscuous behavior where you is 2 guys thinking about doing whatever y'all do. I don't know, but you're doing something and it's corrupted to where you're taking out 2 bloodlines because 2 men are acting out that behavior. So you wiping out 2 bloodlines every time y'all get into that behavior. And the world wants that because Bill Gates said they got to get rid of 3 billion people. So they got to
what?
They got to promote you killing off yourself because they, no matter how much they try to kill you, God always keep you alive.
Family, anybody in the chat this evening? They might have a couple questions for the priest while he's here.
I'm here.
Giving us this much needed education that a lot of it we should have, like you say, is common sense, but common sense don't seem to be too common nowadays.
Yeah, because I like questions. I really like questions because I don't want to debate with you. I want to reason with you. And let's see if we can come up with a better way to behave ourselves. Because that's how the elders used to talk. When they know you doing something that God don't like, they be like, yo, man, you should behave yourself. And you a big grown person, you say, what do you mean? No, I ain't got to tell you. I'm not your parents. But I'm your older family member, and I'm telling you, you should behave yourself. Behave yourself. If you behaving yourself, if that's what you want to do, go ahead on and do that. I ain't gonna stop you from doing that behavior. But know that every time a man do that with a man, you are taking out 2 bloodlines. If you go to an orgy with men that's doing that to each other, all them people bloodlines is wiped all the way out. All the way out. You're done. The planet been here the longest time. Man has been on the planet from the longest time. It got all the way down to you human beings right here. You human beings that's getting into that behavior. And now, since you're doing it, your bloodline is finished. Your whole bloodline. So I guess all the suffering that your forefathers, and not forefathers, don't keep saying it forefathers, because that make everybody mama a little, whorish. If you got 4 fathers, okay? 4 fathers, I would never say that word. Make my mama be out a nasty person. Your forefathers did. My forefather, which one is that? John Frank, what? Forefathers? No, the people who came before me was suffering at the hands of their enemy, who put their children in this type of deprivation where we so sick that you got the children twerking and whatever that is and taking it back. What is this stuff y'all doing? Because how many generations you gonna make? You gonna make generations where women is telling the guys it's okay. Majority of the guys that's out here doing that gay stuff or whatever, they mama helped them do that. They mama helped them do that. What? I'm just saying. Okay. Because you can't live in a real man house and a real man gonna let you do that. So that's why people stayed in the closet. People forgot that's why people stayed in the closet. They ain't never let their daddy know until they were damn near grown. And their dad was going like, man, all right, here go an example. Marvin Gaye and his father. Okay, anybody remember that story? Okay. His father was a cross-dresser, so he knew the tendencies of people that dress like women and act like women. So he killed his son because he saw the same tendencies that he had already gotten into himself. He saw the tendencies and put a bullet in his own son. They got us doing this type of stuff and we ain't paying attention to none of it. We just overlooking it. It's okay. It's all right. None of it's okay. Okay? You want to be here 2,000 years from now? Be quiet. Listen to what God is telling you. Your God. Pick the one you want. Pick the name you want. You pick it. You work it out. Now, if you call God and he don't answer, then you might be calling him by the wrong name. Work that situation out till you learn the secret. Because at one point, they said God had 72 names. Now, I'm sure I haven't heard all 72, but I think I heard, better than half, at least 35 different names for God, different names. So now they saying God ain't named Jesus. It wasn't no J. Okay, cool. What's his name? Yahushua. Okay, good. Now, when you say that, how do you know? Somebody told you that because you didn't ask God. Because God would have told you, this is my name. It's 72 of them. And you can call me the one that I want you to call. That's why we were taught to say, our Father. Our Father. So that cut down all the different names that you might want to call. But now here you go. When you say our Father, you knew that wasn't your father no kind of way. You knew that. So you can't say our Father. You know how many people can't say our Father? Because if you say our Father, then you have to include every race of people. Our Father. That's what the elders were teaching us. Like, beat these people with sense. Beat them with the sense. So when they talking to you, that racist stuff, you say, our Father, which art in heaven. You say, well, we ain't talking about that right now because that's not your father, because your father is the devil.
Word.
Your father the devil. So you can't say our Father. Because you know we don't live like that. What you say, Baba?
You on it. Go ahead.
I am going ahead. Because how you going to say our Father, though? If you know we got the same father, you going to say, well, Cain killed Abel. Yeah. How did Cain kill Abel? You said, well, he was this color and he was this color. So you know that only black people can reproduce every race of people. You know that.
What?
Huh?
Go ahead, priest.
Nobody else on the planet can do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Am I lying?
No, sir.
I'm waiting. Somebody can say something. Come on, Baba. Come on, let's go ahead.
Everybody quiet. I think they had a long night last night. It's
okay,
quiet in the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know I'm here to learn.
I'm like, yo, let's just have a conversation.
You know, I believe in letting people teach. I don't believe in cutting people off because, there's a lot of wisdom being said. And, when you mess with people train of thought and they vibes, that could be the difference between somebody living and remaining blind. So I always try to stay out the way.
Oh, I ain't picking on you, Baba. I'm just saying. That's the name of the thing.
That's
I'm
right.
just
Yes,
saying.
sir.
Okay.
And
Now,
you done made me think since you've been teaching the 2 or 3 other titles to name it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm just saying. So it gives room for thought. That's what the elders gave us, room for thought. Okay. That's what my elders did. Excuse me, our elders. Because when we say our father, you'd have to say our elders, our family. You would have to include. It was inclusive. You brought people closer to you. So you knew that you had to have a certain behavior because in the world where I just witnessed in the past 40 years, very few people had a wife. They had a woman. And they woman was somebody else's woman before they was their woman. And when they slipped up, it was somebody else's women. So you got women saying whatever they saying, but they got 5 baby daddies. That's what they say today. 5 baby daddies. So when you ask the woman, how many men have you had a baby by? Or how many men have you had sex with? Women say, well, I had 18 before you. When I'm done with you, I'm gonna have 19.
Damn.
What? Think about it, Baba. Have you ever went out? You bought a car before, Baba? You ain't never buy a car?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Yeah.
Okay. So did you buy a new car or old car?
Old car.
Old car. First car you got was an old car?
Yep.
Okay, good. So now the old car
Right
got
over,
you.
priest.
Yes,
Not to cut you. Right over there off of Rhode Island Avenue in Northeast.
Right.
From Iko, the brother from Antigua. I bought my first car,
Okay.
88 Toyota Camry.
Okay.
That was a good car too. I love them Camrys ever since.
Okay, now check this out. When you bought the car, you knew the price was the used car price. You knew that. Right? Because somebody had driven it before you. They might have kept it in good condition or whatever, but you knew somebody had it before you. So they couldn't come to you and say, well, this used car right here is $28,000 more expensive than the new one because this is an old car. It's been test driven. You got all these miles in it. The seat, I done farted in the seat so many times, so it's a good seat. Nobody paying full price for no used nothing. You got the women think that you've been used so much that somebody wants to pay full price for you. They want to pay that. They want to buy your hair, buy your nails, buy all your makeup, because now you're both clowns. Okay, both of you are clowns. Because now they got you thinking as a man, you got to provide. Who taught black people that man's supposed to provide for you? And when did this start? Man providing for you? Because up until 1960, you had a family, it was at the risk of your life. Okay? To have a family was at the risk of your life. You had to jeopardize your wealth, your stuff, if you got a family. Because they was all taught to be an individual, you get more stuff. Okay? When you go jump in a Ferrari, how many people can fit in it?
2.
Okay, good. You ain't having no family with that Jay. Okay? Period. When you go buy a convertible, anything, it's got 4 seats at the most, right?
That's right.
Okay, good. So now only people ever riding in your car is your boys or your girls, not your sons and your daughters. You bought them a different car they can ride in together, I guess. Correct?
Right.
Come on, Bob. We having fun right now.
That's right.
Because I'm showing you. I was telling my children for years, I said, look, man, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stand outside and we're going to count 10,000 vehicles coming up and down the street. They said, Dad, why are we going to do that? I said, I want to see if any of these vehicles fit our family. Any of these vehicles fit our family. We counted 10,000 cars. None of them fit. So I said, see, now we stuck with the Mercedes Sprinter. Because at the time, Ford didn't have no bus like that. Okay? Volvo didn't have no bus like that. Mercedes was the only one that had a vehicle big enough for 15 people to sit in it. Am I lying? So
Nope.
you couldn't be broke and have no Sprinter. Okay? You couldn't be broke and have that. So that's what the direction I was teaching my family. Like, we got to have the 10-bedroom mansion. So all of our children can have their own bedroom. Forget a guy who can't make no children telling you, me, or anybody that we don't need a mansion. And everybody get their own bedroom. 10 bedrooms. Okay? So we the people with the mansions. Okay? Because we got the dimensions to fit all of it. Okay? So now guys got all these $1 million properties. They in it by themselves. So of course, after a while, you gotta have a maid, butler, everybody living in your house with you. Cause you ain't got no children running through there. See, we messed up on a whole different level, Bob. And it's not me saying that who don't have no baby is fucked up. No, some people can't make no babies. But there's so many children out here that need to be adopted that go to the grocery store, pick up 1 or 2 of them. Put them in your 6-bedroom house that you living in with you, your dog, and your cat. Give them children a break. Okay? No, their parents did what they did to lose the children, so take care of the children. They're out here. We know we out here. Okay? I finished telling some gangsters. They call themselves gangsters. They're not the ones that I know because they don't know what I know. But I was telling them for Christmas. I said, man, go ahead and spend 2 G's. Right? Sorry to tell you, it was just like a pound of weed. Just a pound of weed. Go get the $2,000 and go buy 20 bicycles. $100 a piece. That's 2 G's, right? For the neighborhood kids.
Right.
They were like, no, man, that's too much. I'm saying, okay, good. Everybody put up a quarter pound of weed. That's $500 a pop. 4 people with a quarter pound of weed. We can still go ahead and buy all these children a bicycle. Now, when you're in the neighborhood, everybody go say, yo, Mr. John is the man because every Christmas he buy 100 kids bicycles. That would change the dynamics of our community, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you know them same 100 kids, they're gonna need some shoes, they're gonna need some socks. So you know if you got a business, you can do the whole thing wholesale. You can go buy 100 pair of pants for a cheaper price. Okay, 100 shirts, cheaper price. You buy the uniforms for the whole school. So we got to be doing stuff like that to make it real. Okay, we got to do that. Hold on 1 second, Bob. Wow, hope I didn't come through like that. Did I come through like that? You didn't hear me, did you?
Nah.
Nah, man, because, I still got 8 children in the house. And they only got 1 PlayStation 5. Just 1. So they got to take turns. And sometimes when they take turns, it get loud up in here, Bob. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't going to blame them because I bought them the first PlayStation. When they was babies and small, I bought the first one. I got so bad with it that I bought 3 of them 1 year so everybody could have a PlayStation in their room. For real. I bought TVs for everybody's room. Okay? Because I went out there and hustled and got that 7-bedroom house with 6.5 baths, and everybody had their room. Because I wanted my children to grow up knowing, like, I work for a living. Okay? It's when I got to the part where I couldn't pay for it no more, I wasn't going to go steal nothing from nobody or rob nobody. It was my time to be broke again. So I went broke. Then after I was broke after a while, what did I do? Go back and get another $1 million house. Okay? The people know that. They know I ain't never begged nobody to hit me on Cash App. Unless you got my money. Now you can send me my money on Cash App. Okay, because Cash App was the first legal money laundering app out there. That was the first one. Cash App. They ain't charging you nothing. Better than Western Union. You can send people money and don't pay no taxes on it. And after several years, now you gotta pay taxes on it. On the money you get from Cash App. Now it's so legal that you can get a 1099, which is self-employment, from Cash App. But most people don't even know that. Most people don't even know that you can get your Cash App account and you do enough money running through there, they'll let you borrow money from Cash App. Did you know that, Robert?
No, I know they charge taxes on it now, right?
Yeah, but you look at the bottom of your Cash App, right, on the app, and you flip it home, and when it reads down all the directory, at the bottom, they'll let you know if you can borrow money.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I found very few people with that borrow stamp on their Cash App, because I be asking people, yo, can you borrow money from Cash App? No. Oh, wow. Okay. You can actually borrow money from them if you run enough money through them accounts. You need an extra $200, you can borrow from Cash App. Now you gotta pay it back, so you gotta pay them $6 for every $200 you borrow. Man, I got $6 right now. Let me go get $200. You understand? But if you ain't in the money business, they ain't gonna let you borrow no money from them, because this is America, and to keep the people at a certain level, they make it so you can't get no money from nobody. So you have to do something illegal to get money, because that's what they forced us into. Crack wasn't no thing that everybody just loved crack and everybody just loved it. No. You got certain people hooked on it by the certain black people that gave it to them, because you had to take care of your family. So you had this mentality that, man, I'll kill 1,000 people to take care of my family. They can all buy these crack rocks. When they finish buying them, I'm gonna buy me a new house, a new car. My woman gonna have shoes, socks, and everything. Now, you just messed up 3 generations of people by the actions you took. Selling crack. You messed up the people. To this day, if you listen to the music of these youngins, everything is drug related. Everything. But you actually gotta listen to it. They wrapped it up. They sold it. They did that. Jay-Z and them ain't got no talent. They was doing that stuff so people picked up on it and say, yo, this guy got enough influence in this particular arena, so now we're going to give him some money so he can sell more music and tell people about the crack and all that. I had a bless. Yeah. So you got to remember, people are studied to show yourself approved. Well, that's what I was taught. I said that to a young in the day. He was like, you know that you talking, priest, ain't going to work. I said it ain't working for people around me. Well, who am I? I'm not a people pleaser. I don't come to please no people unless I'm doing some work from you. So if I'm doing some work from you, oh yeah, I please you because I did it more than 100%. Because I know that it was so rare for me to get that opportunity to work for you and show you my work. You be like, yo, you really did that, Jane, man. Yeah, I really did it. Because I want you to come back and give me some of that money. Okay, get me some money. You give me some money and I'm working, I'll cut you in on the money. I'll cut you in on it. Because that's what we used to do, Baba. Okay.
All right. Well, priest, I'm getting ready to I gotta get ready to get up out of here. We almost at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah,
and I think
all right.
you done gave them and me way more than enough wisdom.
We gave
I thank you for coming on Baba TV. Every time fired.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. And I want to take us on out of here.
Oh, check out the time. Check out the time. 14444. We're on for an hour 44 minutes and 44 seconds. The 144 is still here amongst us. So don't act like it's over now, people. It's not over. We just had to go sit down in the corner and behave ourselves for a while. Baba, thank you for having me. I'm going to get us out of here because, boy, I started getting hot. And then I remembered that I do know how to talk. I'm making me some new friends now because my enemies is quiet. They ain't got nothing to say.
Nah, they quiet. Yeah, they quiet.
Excuse me, Baba.
All right, bless.
All right, bless up, brother.
Greetings, all massive. This is Glenn Washington. I want you to check out Baba TV every time. Fire. Pure niceness every time. Keep the dial locked to the station. It a rule the nation. Baba TV every time. Fire.
Jah rule my destiny. He sets the captive free for all the world to see. His grace is enough for me. There is no other like His Majesty, who takes my fears away and sets me free. When you're living right, unrighteousness will flee. Jah love will be the light, so all the world can see. Oh, destiny, so consciously complete. Oh, destiny, this vibe is oh so sweet. Many fighting tooth and nail to hold me down, but the goodness and love of my Father keeps me always around. He has filled my life with so much love and affection. There will be no strife, only peace and love and devotion. Oh, destiny, so consciously complete. Oh, destiny, this vibe is oh so sweet. Now I see some brothers throw their lives away, all because of evil and the games that people play. But the race is not only for the swift, but for who can endure it. Take away this rift, oh destiny, so consciously complete. Oh destiny, this vibe is oh so sweet. Jah is the one who always makes things right. He is that shining light that guides me through the night to be free, for all the world to see. Let the people stand and praise His Majesty. Oh, destiny, so consciously complete. Oh, destiny, this vibe is oh so sweet. Oh, destiny, ooh, now, oh, destiny. When you're living right, unrighteousness will flee. Jah love will be the light, so all the world can see. Oh, destiny, so consciously complete. Jah rule my destiny. He sets the captive free for all the world to see. His grace is enough for me. Jah rule my destiny. Ooh, Jah rule my destiny. Jah rule my destiny. Nah, Jah rule my destiny.